I have a question for you guys. Now be careful of what you say. This is a family channel, but this is Jeff Bezos, the Amazon founder. This is Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin rocket ship. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Blue Origin. Now, is it just me, or does this look like a you-know-what? It's just a thought. Just a thought. I looked at it, and I looked at it again. I said, wait a minute, that looks like yeah, I'll just leave it the way it is. All right. Good morning. Happy Monday. There is such a thing as a good Monday or a happy Monday? I don't think I do. Have I ever done a Monday morning show? My schedule somewhat changed this week. Anyway, so hope you're all doing well. We're going to talk a little bit of some tech news, about actually less than 30 minutes, so we can start. So I can start my day. Welcome, and we'll talk a little bit about the what's it called, the Steam Deck. I have to be honest. When I first heard Steam Deck, as I listening to my dad's Italian tunes, the first thing that came to mind, Steam Deck. Well, there's two things that came to mind on the Steam Deck. First was a hot tub, like a jacuzzi, hot tub. The second vision I had was my toilet when I think of Steam Deck. Just a personal observation. That's all it is. You guys can crack your own jokes. And so, yeah. Let me take a quick look in the chat and we'll move along, because I'm starting this later than I wanted to. But give me a second here. We have Farron OS is in the house. Till VM player auto suspends if VM fits inactive. Okay, that's not the topic for. I have no idea about that, but yeah, I see the jokes coming in already on the Blue Origin rocket. Very good, very funny. I'll allow that, but don't get too intense on the joke. Yeah, it looks like what I thought. Blue Origin rocket looks like a you-know-what. Okay, let's move along. To some tech news. I should have started this early. I woke up a little bit later than I wanted to, and I got lots to do today. Pay bills and yeah. All right. Let's. If this is your first time here, please do stop by and say hello. That's the main reason why I am doing these. If you would like to support the live shows, there's some links below in the show notes. We could use some sponsors so I get back on the schedule. It's been a while. Anyway, if you are a Debian fan, Debian 11 is scheduled to be released. I believe it's August 14th, if I am not mistaken. One thing I noticed, they are still supporting, Team Debian is still supporting 32-bit PCs. So good for them. Happy to see that. I've tested Debian in the past. Yeah, it's fast. That's one thing I remember. It's fast. It's not necessarily for newbies, for beginners. It's not that hard to learn, but yeah, Debian 11 will be called Bullseye. I like it, Bullseye. So check out Debian 11. Officially going to be released August 14th, I believe. You can catch more information here on the website. So good luck, Debian 11 Bullseye. All right. Let's move along here. Give me 1 second to get my split screen up here. All right. Next up is something new. A lot of excitement, called the Steam Deck from Valve. I'm not sure who is the target audience. In fact, it says here, Valve responds to Switch versus Steam Deck. Insists it's going after a different audience. If it's after the Linux enthusiasts audience, I think that's fantastic. If you are a geek and you're into Linux, past, present, and future, I think the Steam Deck will do you well. If they're going beyond that, like a Windows audience, like myself, I still use Windows. Not as much, but I still use Windows. I don't. If that's the audience, I don't get it. Gaming is Microsoft's Godzilla. when it comes to worldwide domination. There is nothing out there that really can compete with Microsoft's, gaming audience. If that is the case, I don't know. As far as gaming in general, I game on Linux, Windows, and on my Xbox. I have no need or no, probably not going to get any kind of a handheld gaming system. It's just not for me. Really, the only possible vulnerability for Microsoft is in the PC market. Windows 10 has had its issues. Windows 11 looks great so far. And it's funny that Microsoft is copying the Chromebook in terms of some of its features. I guess if you're going to copy someone, copy the best. Really, the only true competitor right now to Microsoft as far as home tech would be the Chromebook. And they are fantastic. If you don't have one, you really need to get one. But as far as the Steam Deck goes, looking at the headlines here briefly, it's new. I think this is scheduled to be released December this year or January next year. There's been a lot of, in the past, there have been a lot of promises coming out of the Linux world to compete with, with your Microsofts and Googles of the world, and they really haven't gone anywhere. The Ubuntu phone, then we had the Pine phone. The Steam box, Steam machine went nowhere, and if history has proven anything, that this next headline, this is where I stand. The Steam Deck could easily join Valve's hardware graveyard. I hope not. I hope this is something that Linux enthusiasts can enjoy. But if they're targeting Windows users, I just don't see it. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, it's just a personal observation. Let me know what you guys think about all this, but I don't know. I still think we need a national Linux PC to compete with Microsoft that we've talked about in the past. And I don't mean a Chromebook. It's, Chromebooks are fine. I have them, have two, and that's fine. But yeah, that's what we, really need for Windows users and not a gaming console. I mentioned Chromebooks. Asus is coming out with a high-end Chromebook. One thing I noticed scrolling down here, it says it has military grade. That is interesting. As you see here, it's got this military grade approval seal. Wow, and this is only $1,000 for a military grade Chromebook. That's really not bad. Chromebooks rock. I've said this many times, so if you don't want Windows and don't want to mess with downloading Linux, just get a Chromebook and be done with it. So, yeah. All right, next up, speaking of Windows 11, it says beware, some Windows 11 installers infect your PC with malware. I guess officially Windows 11 will be released the end of this year, and there's been some controversy about this. Apparently there will be a lot of machines that will not be compatible with Windows 11, including machines that are not that old. So once again, as I stated, if there is a market hole, a market vulnerability for Microsoft, it's not gaming. It's going to be on the PC, and that's what we need. And you can tell that Microsoft is feeling the market heat from Chromebooks, as Chromebook sales jumped to double digits, passing Macs last year, and may do very well this year. But just be aware, if you want to install Windows 11 officially, again, I think it's officially going to be released end of the year. You can check the Microsoft website. I'm not sure if it's already on there in beta format. I will wait. Windows 11 looks very Chrome OS-ish, which I already have. But I will probably keep Windows 10 until the official end of it, which is 2025, I think. And I may pick up a new Windows PC next year, or maybe Christmas this year, just to see what specials are out there. But just be aware, if you want to download Windows 11, Windows 11 installers may infect your PC with malware. And believe me, that's the last thing you want. on a Windows PC is malware, especially if you don't know how to fix the freaking thing, right? So just be careful of what you're installing. All right, let me go back to the chat. And it is after 10 a.m. local time here. I still need to get showered and all that stuff. Breakfast and start my day. Good morning, Jeff Kelly. You've been using Windows 11 for 6 months now. That is excellent. Hey, Joey's in the house. Good morning, Paisano. Good morning. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Pre-27 hardware will not be compatible because of the TPM module. Yeah, I thought I read that somewhere, Joe. I guess we'll see. Luckily, this year, I was going to buy a new computer. Luckily, I did not have the budget for it because it could have been that I would have bought it and then I could not upgrade to Windows 11. It would have been very possible. So I will wait until I can find official Windows 11 compatible machines, probably at the end of this year, maybe. I've got this older Dell, and I'm not sure if it's compatible. It's an Optiplex, but honestly, right now, I don't really need Windows 11. You know, my Windows 10, my Ubuntu Mate, and my Chromebook is all I need. So, yeah, I'm good. Hello, CFW. Welcome. Chromebooks has 5 or 6 shelf life. If you bought a Chromebook last year, 2020, as we record this, yes, it is officially 6.5 years. But that's up to Google. They can change that if they want to. It's up to them. But if you bought one that was built, all right. Now this is somewhat confusing. It's possible you could have bought one last year refurbished, but it was built the previous year. So if you bought one that was built last year, okay, it should be 6.5 years. Now, we know Google can change that, but honestly, if you buy a new piece, a new Chromebook between, $200 and $600, and you get guaranteed 6 years support, is that really that bad? I don't think so. I mean, it would be nice to see 10 years, but that's pretty out. That's pretty old for technology. So yeah, but I believe it's 6.5 years according to Google, but they have every right to change that, and I'm cool with 6.5 years. So yeah, so that's cool. Once again, if anybody's new watching, welcome to this technology channel. And again, if you are new, please say hello now or later. I do these at random times to get different people involved around the world. I just happen to have some time this Monday morning. Hello, Low Spec. Welcome. Low Spec says Chromebooks are junk. It should be illegal to sell those things. Okay. I don't know why, but alrighty then. Anyway, the Logic Junkie says, I was told there would be pizza. I may have pizza for lunch. If you guys lived here, I would, you guys could join me for pizza lunch, or we can have a Linux pizza lunch. But no, nobody lives near me. Well, that's your problem. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, there will be pizza for lunch, I think. I'm not sure. Yes, you could always install another distro on the Chromebook. Yes, unless they lock the hardware. Yes, you can, but honestly, if you buy a machine, say you buy a nice Chromebook for $300 and it lasts you 6 years, and now it's outdated, move on. I mean, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? They don't even have a functioning file manager out of the box. Well, for Chromebook, I have no problem with it. Yeah. Maybe you need to take a look at the Chromebook again, Low Spec. Yeah, I have no problem, getting my files out of a Chromebook. Yeah. And you really don't need the web anymore to make a Chromebook function. You really don't. Yeah, Chromebooks are the only true competitor to Microsoft. It's not going to be $1,000, Linux machine or a $400, Stream or Steam Deck. Anyway, yeah, Zorin OS 16 should be out soon this summer. I tested it, and one of the best implementations of the GNOME desktop. It truly is a nice looking GNOME desktop if you like GNOME. So yeah. I'm listening. Sorry, I'm listening to one of my dad's tunes. I call it the "Oh Hey I'm Screwed" song, and it always cracks. I was playing it last night to one of my friends and his girlfriend over here at Bennigan's having dinner, and anyway, thanks, Dad, for the laughs. Mac OS, am I a joke to Tut? I don't know, Dominic. Are you a joke? You helped the guy install RetroArch the last few days. Junk and all of 11 gigabyte storage. Okay. Oh, yee. I love this song. Love this song. Oh, ye sono fregato. That means, oh, hey, I'm screwed. Anyway, oh, ye. The only problem with Linux is that Dell won't make drivers for their laser printers. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I do not have a laser printer, but I could see what that would be a problem. Yeah, Pop is doing Pop OS with the GNOME DE, what they've done, the customizations. Yeah. It looks, I would say, Pop OS and Zorin, the two best looking GNOME desktops. Ubuntu with the proper extensions is fine. It's just extra work. That's why I can't recommend default Ubuntu for newbies. They might be lost. So, it's a new Chromebook, and your Pentium Lab for 2014 performs better than the new Chromebook. Then there is something wrong with your Chromebook, low spec. If you bought a new Chromebook and it's running faster than your 2014, there is definitely something wrong with your Chromebook. Yeah, because my Chromebook, I can log in. I'm on the web in 5 seconds, like literally 5 seconds. Open the lid, type in my passcode, and I'm done. So if your 2014 machine's running better than new Chromebook, there is something wrong with the Chromebook. I would suggest you return it. Don't recommend GNOME since it's GNOME's leadership visionaries. That's the main. Well, that's politics, and that I can't really, talk about. Imagine using desktop Linux instead of a Chromebook. Well, I do. We do. I love it. But for mom and pop Windows users that don't want to install anything because they don't have time, look, we're still in the pandemic, and who knows when we'll get back to normal. But yeah, Chromebooks, and anybody out there who is a Windows user is thinking about something different, with no bugs, with zero maintenance, just get a Chromebook and move on. They have been listening over a System 76. Yes, they have, Joe. I totally agree. Totally agree. Hi, Kenny. The new updates brick some Chromebooks. I thought I saw something on the news, something about the ampersand, some weird update. That has not happened to me. But yeah. Okay, that's the first problem they've had in 10 years, the Chromebooks. I'll let them slide on this one time only. But you hear me, Google? Only once. You can have one bug in 10 years, and that's it. Don't do it again. No, low spec Chromebook is much more than a web browser. Yeah. It's, a lot has changed. I can play music just like you can on your Linux machine. You don't need the web. You can transfer files from an external hard drive. Okay, so a lot of them don't have a DVD player or CD player, but do you need one? Yeah. The best printers that work for me in Linux have been, what do I have? I have an HP. HP has been good, and Epson. So yeah, those two seem to work the best for me for Linux. I never print using a Chromebook. No need to. Usually for me it's a Chromebook. It's just to get on in 5 seconds or so, check email, stream music, which is what you do with a Linux machine anyway. So yeah. And I don't have to worry about ransomware in a Chromebook. So. A laser toner lasts you years. Okay. Isn't the toner the cartridges, aren't they expensive though? Yeah. All right, let's give this a 5-minute heads up warning because I need to move on. And we'll wrap this up. If you missed any of this, you can watch this on the replay. Yeah, if you came in late, take a look at Jeff Bezos' rocket ship, and it looks like a you-know-what. Anyway, I'm sure there's a reason for that, but yeah. Your grandson adapted to is very easily this year for his home classes. Yeah. You don't like how the school system locked it down even from his parents. Worse yet, they own the machine. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it was an ampersand that caused a problem with some of the Chromebooks. I must be thinking of something else, Logic. Something to replace on a laser printer. Maybe it's not the toner. Maybe it's something else that's expensive. Anyway. Jump on the bike and bring all of us some pizza. No problem. I'd have to jump on the bike, right? Grab the pizza, bring the bike and the pizza to the airport, put it on the plane, fly off to see Jeff for a day, hand him the pizza. We can go bike riding and then fly back that night. No problem. You know the funny part of all that, Jeff? If I actually had the budget for it, I would consider doing that just to surprise everybody. Total OS today on location. I think that would be so cool. I've done one of those. Well, I had a YouTuber come visit me back in 2019, our friend Stephanie. We did something on location from here, but of course last year was the pandemic, and yeah. Anyway. Yep. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of potential Windows 11 customers potentially disappointed. Their machines will not be compatible. So, yeah, good for Chromebooks, I guess. Well, thank you, Logic Junkie. Very nice chat here. Yeah, I've been doing this, the live shows, steady now, about 4 or 5 years. Thank you. Appreciate that. I wish I could do more, but again, I'm always looking to pick up sponsors or more contributors so we can do a regular schedule, but it's been a challenge since the pandemic started. Anyway. Gary Kildall, he invented BIOS? I do not know. Now we just need Mac versus PC to come back in perfection. Well, Mac people have, Mac has their market. Apple has cornered the 1,000 to the $1,000 to the $2,000 computer market. Okay, I think Apple has pretty much nailed that over the years. Windows has cornered everything below the $1,000 market, but they are feeling heat from the Chromebook. And then there's Linux, so I agree, Joe. It's up to the Linux community to spread the word. I have for 11 years now. Unfortunately, Windows usage has gone up. So, yeah. But I do my best. Yes, Windows 10 supported till 10.14, 2015. Yes. It works for me, so I'll keep it. Can't wait for the remix of Vista Blues. Isn't that a country song? I got the Vista Blues. Anyway. Linux is for connoisseurs and not for most people. I think that was the case maybe 10 years ago, but I think that has changed. People who buy a Chromebook may not even know it's powered by Linux, but yeah, I don't think those are necessarily connoisseurs. They're just looking for an affordable machine, whether for home, for the kids, for school, as an alternative to Windows or whatever. So I think, in the past, maybe I would say downloading a Linux-based system, installing it yourself. You can say it's for connoisseurs, possibly. In the business world, Windows is and will always be the preferred OS. I would say so, yeah. Although I do see a lot of students, college students, business owners, not corporate, but mom and pops, I think they still prefer Mac. Yeah. One of my cousins has a Mac for college. All right. Well, I think we'll wrap this up for this morning. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Always a pleasure doing these random chats. And hopefully catch some people who don't normally get a chance to say hello. I'm going to go start my day. It is almost, 10:20 a.m. here in Ohio. So I'm going to get showered, have some breakfast, and do what I have to do. And, yeah, let me know what you guys think of all this Steam Deck news, the latest hype from the Linux world. We'll see where this heads. I hope it succeeds. There's been a lot of failures in the past with Linux. Maybe this will be different. So we'll see. Wisconsin schools. Chromebooks. Okay. Well, they're affordable. They're reliable. They work. So, yeah. Fun times, even without the free pizza. Okay, Logic. Well, maybe next time. I would love to do a beat up somewhere, but yeah, I guess COVID cases are going up again in certain states. Here we go again. Anyway, be safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. So for now, I'll just say